Hi, David Klein Lovett, davidkleinlovett.com with tools for transformation. And today, again, it's Comedy Made Easy with 123 joke templates. The greatest comedy book ever in the history of the universe written by me. Today we're going to talk about making it personal, to make your jokes land, to make them relatable. There's nothing better than any communication than to be relatable, where an audience can say, you know, I can relate with that. I do that too. Ooh, I hate that too. You know, that same thing happens to me. That's when it's relatable. That's when you have communication. That's when you can have something that is funny. So that's the first thing that has to do with making it funny. It's the human condition. When it's personal, it's relatable. When it's relatable, people get connected. When they get connected, they are ready for surprise, and the surprise is where the funny is. The personal part, most every comedian, it uncovers a hidden truth about the person. So it requires being a little bit vulnerable. Hey, and that's free counseling, so you save a lot of money as well. The first type of humor, and there's 3 reasons that it's effective, is self-deprecating. Self-deprecating is another way of building rapport. Oh, this guy isn't full of himself, or this lady, oh my gosh, she's willing to talk about that. It builds rapport. And secondly, it's a safe target. You do not want to have a target that is not like yourself. It would not be proper for myself to talk about a black woman, for instance, and make fun of that. It just is not, it's almost not ethical. But it isn't politically correct for sure. So if you direct your humor target for yourself, that is a safe target. And lastly, it's just funny. That's just the way we are. We love to make fun of people. We like to see people making fun of themselves. So it builds rapport, it's safe, and it's funny. Self-deprecating is the best type of humor you can do. I've said it before, the joke where I found a woman that was willing to make a commitment with me. She's committed never to see me again. So it's very safe, it's funny, it's relatable. Self-deprecating humor. Make it personal. Make it embarrassing. The more the better. Again, it's relatable. You know, I haven't been able to sleep for 7 years, or I have poor study habits and I had to take algebra 16 times. People like that. They relate. And then it's funny. To go right along with that, you focus on your flaws. You know, I'm not the tallest person in the world. So, especially if you're doing stand-up, people can see it. So you make fun of it. So you do a short joke or two. Truth and pain. That's where it's really at. What's the truth about things? The pain. With the pain, that's why people like slapstick so much. They really like to see people's pain. For instance, someone walking and falling down is a little fun. If they're running, it's funnier. But if they're riding a bicycle through a church and crash at the altar, that's even funnier. It's just the way that it is. Emotion and passion. This is where we really can have things to add to our humor, making it personal. For instance, if I tell you I dislike something, mildly. But if I say I hate something or if I love something, then it works a lot better. For instance, you can also say you love something that you really don't like. So one of my jokes in Comedy Made Easy, by the way, that you can get at Barnes & Noble or Amazon.com or at davidkleinlovett.com directly. I'm not a fan of Rush Limbaugh. So if I say, I love Rush Limbaugh, there's emotion there. And then my joke is, he makes me realize what a good person I am. So you see how using that emotion helps. So it's things that we're mad about, we're sad about, frustrated, happy, worried, frightened, things that are hard. The 7 deadly sins work. Greed, sloth, pride, gluttony, anger, lust. And then there's more lust. I just happen to like lust. Play the fool. Everybody likes a fool. Again, Charlie Chaplin, the tramp. It was fun to watch him do all his crazy things, his antics. Play the fool. It's natural. Nobody wants to be cool. If you remember the old show Happy Days, Fonzie, he wasn't all that funny. It's not easy to be funny and cool. So play the fool. So in conclusion, when you make it personal, you build rapport. When you build rapport, you build relatability. When people can say, oh, I know that. I've done that same thing. Oh, I hate that when that happens to me. That's when the relatable comes. Then they actually get lost in what you're saying. And it's so much easier to throw that surprise in at the end, that left turn. Again, this is David Klein Lovett, Tools for Transformation, and the greatest comedy book ever written by me, Comedy Made Easy, with 123 joke templates that'll make even you a funny comedian. Until next time, keep 'em smiling. Bye-bye.